fun sauces today. We like to use these in Buddha bowls, in spring rolls, to dip our sushi in, or even use as a salad dressing. So the first one I'm going to make is a peanut butter sauce, and then I'm going to make a teriyaki sauce. So I have liquid aminos. This is my soy sauce that is gluten-free. I have apple cider vinegar. This one's Simple Truth Organic. You can also get Bragg's. You want to make sure that you get the one with the mother. This is a raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. I have peanut butter for our peanut butter sauce. Check your ingredients. Make sure, a lot of times they'll add coconut oil or palm oil. This one is just peanuts and 1% or less of salt. And so I'm okay with that. If you are watching your salt, you could get a raw peanut butter or a raw almond butter. Either one of those would be fine. I'm also going to be using maple syrup today. Fresh ginger. When you buy ginger, you want it to be all even color, no mold. So I'm going to be using ginger. This one is an organic ginger, so I'm not worried about taking the skin off. I'm going to be grating it, and so it will be broken down. I'm also using 2 garlic cloves. These are kind of large. If you have a really big one, or maybe you're not as much of a friend of garlic as I am, then maybe just use one. I like garlic. I have a lime, and I'm using garlic, salt, and onion powder. And I forgot, well, I do have a knife right here. I thought I forgot a knife. I have a knife right here. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is crack my garlic cloves. I'm going to put my hand on this side of the blade, not the sharp side, to crush our garlic cloves. I've talked about this on videos before, but we want the chemicals in the garlic to combine and rest and meld. It'll take them a few minutes to develop. So I do that first and just let them sit there for a few minutes. All right, so we're starting with the peanut butter sauce. I want a 1/4 cup of peanut butter. I want a big spoon. We go through a lot of peanut butter. And like I said, you could use almond butter, you could use tahini, any of those would do. All right, so I have a 1/4 cup of peanut butter. Get it all out. I want 2 tablespoons of my liquid aminos or soy sauce or tamari or even cocoa aminos. If you don't want to put the maple syrup in it, use cocoa aminos. That's sweet. 2 tablespoons here. I want 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Where did I put it? Right next to me. I want the juice of a lime. And this one is at room temperature. I'm going to roll it a little bit just to release those juices. Now, this is my favorite juicer. One of my students recommended that I get this one. It's got a small end for a lime and a large end for a lemon. You could also use a juicer like this. I like this one too. It does give you a good workout if the lime is a little hard. Or you could just squeeze it by hand. Doesn't matter. I'm going to use my favorite one though. I'm going to put a whole lime in there. Okay. Squeeze it. Can you tell it's hard? And I'm going to squeeze it one more time just to get all the lime juice out of there and put it in the other section. You can tell I'm squeezing hard. It's coming out the end. All right. Then I want about 1 inch of ginger. I'm going to just break this off. It's already washed. And I have this little grater right here. And it should give me about a tablespoon or so. All right. Put all of that ginger in there. Now you can keep ginger in the freezer, and that way you can just grab it and grate it whenever you want some ginger. It stays well in there. I don't know if you use ginger a lot, but if you don't and you keep it in the refrigerator, it can mold easily. And then I want a tablespoon of maple syrup. And then last but not least will be our 2 cloves of garlic. Alright, keep putting everything in the way here. There we go. Okay, so I already cracked the garlic. That makes it easy to pull the skins off, so I'm going to pull the skins off. Garlic is antimicrobial, antifungal, antibacterial. I'm going to cut that hard part off of the end. Just discard that and throw it in the compost. And then I'm going to thinly slice it. Now you could use the garlic that's already chopped in the grocery store. It's just not going to give you all the medicinal benefits that you get from fresh raw garlic. That garlic has been pasteurized. You could also use garlic powder, which we'll be using in our next recipe. So I thinly sliced it. Now I'm just rocking and rolling, going back and forth across it. Some more. Some big chunks. I don't want anyone to get a big chunk of garlic in their teeth. That'd be a little hot. So tonight we are going to be having sushi bowls. And so instead of rolling our sushi all up, we're going to just make it like a Buddha bowl. The rice and the raw vegetables. Some strips of nori, which is the seaweed. And then you can choose whichever sauce you want. Okay, one more run through just to make sure that it's not too big. And then our peanut butter sauce will be finished. All right. Whisk it. Don't you love that cute little whisk? Whisk it up. And to kind of squish that peanut butter. And I always make them in these measuring glasses. I was going to do it in a mason jar. I said always. That's not true. I was going to mix it up in a mason jar, but then I was afraid it might be too much for a cup and maybe not enough for 2 cups. So I'll do this and then just put it in my pretty bowls. There we go. It's kind of thick. I could add some more vinegar, or I could even thin it with a little bit of water. Alright, so there is our first one. Next we're going to make a teriyaki sauce. I'm going to start with a 1/4 cup of the liquid aminos. Find it on here. Another inch of ginger. I'm going to put my little grater. And that's going to be kind of hard to grate, so I'm going to just cut that end off. Put my ginger in there. We love ginger. Very anti-inflammatory. Turmeric gets lots of attention for its anti-inflammatory properties, but ginger has them as well. Wonderful for brain health. Okay, so then I'm going to add a tablespoon of maple syrup. Got ginger all over my hands. Once again, we could have used cocoa aminos instead of the liquid aminos if we wanted the sweetness without adding the maple syrup. I want a full teaspoon of garlic powder. I've got to wipe my hands. A half teaspoon of onion powder. And 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. There we go. This one I don't need a whisk. Just have a little spoon. Okay, very liquidy, but that's how teriyaki sauce is. So I'm going to pour that in my cute little bowl here. Let me get a little bit of water. I'm going to grab a little bit of water so we can thin the peanut butter sauce a little bit. Okay, I've got a little bit of water to thin our peanut butter sauce. It doesn't need much thinning. I put 1/3 of a cup in here, but I know I don't need that much. So let's just put 1 tablespoon in and see, that might be all it needed. I just wanted to give me a pretty drizzle when I put it on top of my Buddha bowl. Okay. There we go. Pour that into, see, that's going to pour it perfect. Looks great. Here we are. We have our 2 Asian sauces. I'll put a little, thought I had a little spoon for this one. Oh well, I'll add it. Here are our 2 Asian sauces, peanut butter sauce and a teriyaki sauce. Perfect for salad dressings, Buddha bowls, just put on rice, dip vegetables in, and dip our sushi in. Enjoy!